how much is it?
CCTV grant application.
CCTV, sorry.
CCTV, we applied for a grant to the Police Commissioner for grant aid for CCTV at the IROS. We are unsuccessful. As apparently they only approve CCTV if it was part of a wider project and intervention.
And you need police for that.
Clerk's position.
Yeah,
I think we've got two.
We've had two applicants. I've copied the applications to Andrew and Alison because I think they were Sarah.
They were the three that were
to consider them. Yeah, only two applications. Neither have a qualification, which I don't have, a Silco qualification. One has some significant experience in local government, managing various teams for various things. The other one is younger, doesn't. So the question is, do we carry on with those and interview those two?
Well, I think they've applied, yes. So if we leave it down to you,
Well, yeah, we have
three to.
I'm not sure, Mr. Chair. I wonder whether, because it was very clear in our advertisement that we wanted a sound knowledge of parish council process and procedures, so whether we shouldn't just wait a bit longer and have a re-go at all applications. Before we actually interview anybody.
Okay.
I mean, my thoughts are we don't have to say give any, the two applicants the post.
No, but we don't have to interview until we've got a larger selection.
So do we want to continue for another month?
I think we definitely need to re-advertise.
Yeah. Okay.
So we need to just change the closing date.
Can we let them know that
Yeah.
we've just extended the deadline?
Yeah.
Okay. Dubbed out is dubbed off.
Yeah. As I mentioned, the licence for the Dubbed Out Festival has been granted by Cheshire East, and I've copied their full report on what they took into account in making that decision.
Right. The play area. Thanks to Sarah, we've got 3 boats and things. So just to move it along, the next stage is we're going to put out a notice and get a meeting. It'll just be an informal meeting for people to come up, have a look at some of the pictures, have a look at some of the plans, and give us their viewpoints on it, so that we can then have a good look at them and then start to move it along in terms of trying to select what we're going to put up there. Sort of answering a question that was in the surgery. This is in essence a first stage of development. We want to replace the children's play area with something more fit for purpose, something new, something good, and something that's going to last the next 20-30 years and bring back some to the village. There are plans afoot to add to it at various stages, things like bug hotels, some nature spots, add some new benches back in there. There was certainly a discussion and a thought about getting some fitness equipment in there, whether we have the fitness equipment in that place or whether we tuck it away to another site, I don't know, but that's not been fully explored yet, because we want to get the children's bit sorted first of all, because essentially that's the main bit. I think at the moment we're just looking at replacing the frame and some of the little bits around it, as the swings are not prettiest, but they're functional. And they are fit for purpose. I just think the rest isn't that great, although, you know, it looks brighter, but it's really still the same frame underneath it. But thank you for that, Sarah. We'll be putting a note out about the date. If you could also push that, please, Alison, on the RA, because we'd like as many people, and in particular what we would like at the meeting, we'll try and hold it for his children, because they're going to be the ones who use it, and they'll have some great. So we'll put something together, and I'll communicate. Right, and I think that's about it on that.
I think so.
Right. Well, I put this through to the clerk to put onto here because I think obviously it's all on our minds. It's coming up not fairly soon, but it does approach very quickly, these things. And with the idea of getting something together. And since we discussed it and discussed putting it on, I've had 2 emails from various people about them wanting to run something as well. And I think the key element with this is we do need to have something in place. I think the agreement from various people is that it's the IROS is the ideal one. So I think the first thing, or one of the things that we need to do is just agree as a council that the IROS can be used, because that's obviously one of the things that we go through. So, but I'll come back to that in a second. The main thing is that realistically, I think we need to get all the parties together, so that rather than one person just running it or one person in charge, that it's a case of everybody sharing their ideas, and then I suppose if you want, we're the key holders to the IROS, and then we'll just facilitate the meeting, and then everybody else can take charge and bring their ideas, and then take charge of setting it up. Because I think with anything like this, it has to be a resident-driven activity. So, you know, I mean, I hope they don't mind me mentioning it, but I know that Jane has some good ideas, and I know that Alison has, and the RA have some good ideas. So what I'd like to ask is if we can get together sometime and then see what we can put in place, and then, you know, see where I can help you, the 2 of you, and get something going. Are you happy with that? Okay.
And which dates?
Now,
Where are we fitting into this?
this is well, we're basically, I mean, we're just going to see what comes of it, see what the ideas are. We haven't got anything firm yet at the moment, but what we would want to do is, I believe, use the IROS. I would think it's going to be on the Coronation weekend, either the Saturday or the Sunday.
That's immediately after.
I've already put a poster out saying it's on the Monday.
Do you want to? Well, we can talk about that.
I do. I think because the Saturday is the Coronation itself.
Sorry to be. I don't want to be rude, but can we, the 3 of us, just have a chat afterwards, and then we'll get something in place. But what I would like, for if it's okay with the council, I'd like to agree that the IROS and the IROS building can be used for that. And really, it's just a case of asking what people think, because I think that is obviously the obvious place to hold it.
What about risk assessment and insurance?
Well, that's part of where I think I can come in onto that side of things, and as part of the discussion, having been involved in the community group, and anyone from the community group who wants to be involved can help out with that side of things. But that's why we need to meet now and start taking the process forward. And I think in the usual vein of things, that as a council we always ask for those of the community group, so we need to have that requirement of the same thing that is happening.
So the proposal is that you meet with...
That we meet, but we meet. I'll have a chat afterwards with the interested parties, and we'll agree a date or a place. But I think what I would like to go away with is saying that the council, subject to its usual requirements, is happy for the IROS field and the IROS to be used for that event.
Personally, I would like to know what it is going to be used for before the council votes on how.
I think that would be difficult to determine, right?
Yeah, because it's going to...
Because we're at the primary stage.
I see what you mean.
In a different way, why is it necessary even to decide that now? It's still got to be sorted out as to what we're doing. If that could be brought to...
No, sorry, please. It's a council discussion.
That could be brought to the council and we just decide.
Yeah.
Like we've done in the past.
Yeah.
When we actually have the information.
That's fine.
Well, I'll tell you what then. I'll tell you what. Let's have it for the next agenda, that we will come back with some form of basic proposal.
Perfect.
So that way we can...
And I think we'd like to encourage as many groups as possible to get... There's a lot of groups in Pitney, and I think it would be useful to get them all working together.
And I think
as many interested persons.
I certainly think we've got Jane, we've got the Residents Association, we've got the community group who've got a huge amount of experience of running these things, and we've also got various other people who I know who would be willing to throw their lot in. So if I come back to the next meeting with some sort of plan and some sort of idea,
That'd be great.
happy with that?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Give me a minute. Whilst I'm going to ask to exclude the public, can I have a quick 2 minutes with Jane and Alison just after we've excluded you?
Do we stay or go?